What's up, positive people? You got Dana here, and even though my Veda is off to like a rough start, I'm back with another vlog because I found something that I want to talk about, and this is something that comes up in the comment section quite a bit. It's well-meaning people dropping a lot of toxic fuck shit in the comments, so I'm gonna respond to this comment because I feel like it's just necessary to put this out there, because I get this comment or this form of rhetoric from black people that watch the channel, as well as like white people passing through, or white people that feel like passing through and trolling. So it's very funny that this particular comment comes from somebody who, you know, at least recently was watching the channel on a pretty regular basis. And again, sometimes I gotta like just remove myself from things, and I thought this particular comment, because of just the amount of words and everything on it, I want to read it, digest it, and take it in, and then, like I said, give my opinion on it here. So, girl 123, boy 456, which is someone who regularly watches, left this particular comment on my Racism in Seattle video, which for context was a video that I posted. Let's see what this says. Was a video that I posted April 30th, 2015. So almost 3 years ago I posted this video. So that would have been my first spring here. So I was still getting used to white people being ain't shit at the time. A lot of the sentiments that I have in that video I still have. Probably not to that extent, but yeah. See, I was racist as hell. I've never minced my words about that. So yeah, I'm gonna read the comment, and then we're gonna answer it in a constructive way, because like I said, this person is a supporter, but I oftentimes get these unwarranted, and like I said, this particular comment, this unwarranted comment from somebody about my life, how I'm raising Marley and single black motherhood. There was a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so yeah, let's go in. Poor baby, you really don't know that blacks have literally pushed themselves backwards to a mobilized form of Jim Crowism, do you? Oh, I literally grew up in the Deep South. Like, it don't get no more racist than the fucking Deep South. It doesn't get any more racist than white people being racist towards you, and then black Americans hating on you and treating you like shit and making you feel lesser than because you're first generation African or first generation foreign. So like I said, my particular black experience is unique in that it's not just a black experience, it is also an African American experience. There was a mention later on in this comment about class and colorism. Again, being poor, being black, being first generation African in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, in the 80s, well, excuse me, in the 90s and early 2000s, up until 3.5 years ago, that's where I was, that's where I lived. And regardless of how progressive Atlanta is, my nigga, look at who's in power positions and who's not in power positions, and more often than not, even in Atlanta, the people in power positions are white. And then you have black people who made opportunities for themselves, and as a result are now in power positions. I am one of the people that subscribes to the idea that I can put myself in any position that I need to put myself into. I'm not waiting for someone to open a door for me, because I'm busy busting in a window right now trying to get in my own way. That's how I feel. That's how I carry myself in life. I am not somebody who looks at the color of their skin as something that's holding them back. And I thought that like that's what I was giving off in the channel. Like I think sometimes my anxiety for a lot of people may come off as like, oh yeah, she's self-conscious, she's scared, she's this, she's that. And like, no, I'm a worrier by nature. Like, I'm a very process-driven person. I like A to go to B to go to C to go to D. It just helps my brain function the way it needs to function. That was something that's always been a thing, has always been a thing since my blogging days. So I think sometimes people go, oh yeah, the reason why Dana's flighty is because she's out here in Seattle now. Nah, Dana's always been flighty. So there's that, right? So it's like, don't tell me what I do and don't know, when literally I grew up in one of the most, like, Atlanta's history is entrenched in civil rights history. Like, I could sit here and go on for days about the dynamics down there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is a tolerant place, but it is also a very ass backwards place. So yeah, and no disrespect, but your ethnic look. So now it's like, oh, I take it that you must not be a person of color if you even thought to use the word ethnic. My ethnic look, my look is my look. I'm just Dana. This is how I present myself. And this is when I go, are you a friend? Are you a foe? Are you a supporter? Are you not a supporter? Because then it's like your ethnic look, or you mean just how I look, how I present myself. You're saying a bunch of shit. This must be internalized like self-hate if you're black, because for me it's just like, anyway, let me finish this, because it's just like, why did I have to read this first thing in order? But anyway, Dana, but your ethnic look is going to bring out the ancient racism and old white money, which is Seattle, because you look just like a black woman they used to fuck and get away with it. I look like the black women they used to fucking get away with. Girl, I'm too dark for a lot of these guys to want to fuck. Are you dumb? I don't pass nobody's paper bag test. Like, have you seen me lately? I'm a smooth cocoa, honey. Like, I'm nobody's light skin. I'm nobody's light skin passable. Like, in the dead of winter, I'm still dark. So yeah, she's like, sweetie, Donald Trump is president. What does that have to do with me? Again, I was a nigga prior to the Trump administration. I'm gonna be a nigga after. Guess what? I was a nigga during the Bush administration. I was a nigga during the Bush senior administration. Clinton and them too. What are you talking about? One doesn't have to do with the other. Like, these false equivalencies that y'all like to do in comments, like, what is Donald Trump, Jim Crow, and all this shit got to do with the fact that I have been doing well for the last 3.5 years, and prior to that time, I wasn't doing well? Like, anyway. Now, I don't know if Seattle is a red state or a blue state. It's blue, if you wanted to know, but that doesn't really matter because there's pockets of red in any blue state, just like Cali's blue, but there are strongholds, they're red strongholds. So I like to say that Washington's a blue state that'll probably be moving toward being lavender here very soon, just based on the way that legislation and things are going and the way that state politics is operating. A lot of people are unhappy, so I wouldn't be surprised if this blue state started to lean more purple. Let's see here. Now I don't know if Seattle is a blue or red state, but if you are a black unmarried single mother, and that may not be a badge of shame in the Black South, but in conservative all-white cities and towns without a husband, you're seen as a black whore regardless of how well you speak and communicate. I promise I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. They're not hurt. Again, like, this is the type of stuff that, like, right now is motivating me, which is why I'm posting this video, because I want to make sure that this moment's monetized. So I promise I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but black people in many cities are being pushed out or being forced to flee and migrate for safety reasons. No, they're being pushed out because they can't afford to stay in. And if more of us would band together and buy buildings in these communities, we wouldn't be forced out because we'd have places to stay. But that's, again, a deeper conversation. And like I said, this video will go on for an hour if I were to bring up all the things that I think black people can do to get themselves in a better space. We spend so much time filling ourselves with, like, a bunch of fucking sludge that, you know, when shit like this, when wolves in sheep's clothing come around, somebody else, their feelings might have been hurt. But for me, it's just like, I know I did the right thing, okay? I did the right thing. Let's see here. The blacks who are allowed to stay are in the income bracket that their non-black black neighbors find acceptable. This is not the time or day for isolation, especially not for any single parent. I'm not isolated. Again, y'all don't know my personal life. There's a lot of shit y'all don't see for good reason, because people are toxic. They literally watch 10, 15 of your videos and conjure up your life based on the information you give them, which is why I give people what I choose to give them. Beyonce, you know, I don't agree with everything she does, but the way that she operates her private life, like, you're gonna get what I give you, and I can appreciate that, because this person, like I said, watched a lot of my content and then decided to write a dissertation on my life, and it's like, none of this shit is true. So, yeah, and it's like, you literally don't know if Washington's a red or a blue state, but then you're telling me that I'm unsafe. Also, Washington's not all white. Like, you just sound fucking stupid. Like, I've said here multiple times that I stay in a community that's not just black, not just white, not just Mexican, not just Asian. Like, I have seen it all just in my neighborhood alone. Ain't nobody isolated around this bitch. I, for one, had, like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about why we ended up here. So, many moons ago, when I first moved out to Seattle, Dana was on foot, vlogging every day, vlogging about her life, vlogging about her surroundings, and people doxed me repeatedly. Like, I was doxed repeatedly. To this day, it's still an issue that I have. And, yeah, from then on, I said, hey, I should probably only film in places that don't give away where I stay, or in the privacy of, like, inside my apartment. You know what I'm saying? So, like, vlogging in the car, I try to avoid, because, again, it can give away where you live. Just a lot of the personal markers that can kind of give away where you are properly situated. So, I don't know if, like I said, you conjured all this up, because Dana spends a lot of her time doing videos in her room alone. But, if that's the case, no need to worry. I'm fine. Let's see here. Especially for any single parent. America today is not only divided by race, but also by class and colorism, or you mean color, which is far worse today. No, actually it's not. In the 90s, I was considered ugly. Now I'm considered cute. My color didn't change from that time to now. Like, literally, light skin was in then, you know, everybody's Wakandan now. Like, y'all kill me. Like, I was an African booty scratcher when I was, like, in high school and middle school and elementary school. But now everybody's fucking Wakandan. Y'all kill me. But, yeah, anyway. So, it sounds like you're being harassed because of how you look. Yes, I get harassed because of how I'm look, but I'm not going to change my look. Again, see that whole refusing to assimilate thing? I'm out here living my life like it's golden. I know that me existing and thriving irked some people, and I'm cool with that. If it matters to anybody, I'm not gonna be in Seattle forever. I already know that. Seattle's not home. Like I said, I spent 26 years of my life in one place, and that was Georgia. So I will probably end up back there. But for now, my daughter's got a first-rate education. I'm making them shmoney dollars, and I don't care what anybody says. Access, that part of having access, you didn't talk about it. I don't care how I get the access. Like I said, if getting the access means going across the country for a little while and letting my baby get this top-rate education out here in Washington so she's more competitive in her home state, then so be it, okay? I'm happy, she's happy, we're not isolated. You ain't gotta worry, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta worry. I would actually, if you are concerned about me, just, you know what I'm saying, keep, if you're a praying person, pray that, like, I can get over my anxiety. Pray that I can post more, because for me right now, the only thing that I feel like I could improve is my streams of income. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to have other ways besides my 9 to 5 to make decent part-time money so that I can supplement my life and my child's life. So that's where I'm at with everything. I wanted to make this video because there were, I don't know, a lot of things that I just felt like getting off my chest. And I ain't gonna edit this video. I don't care that I stumbled through it and everything. I love y'all, man. But sometimes, like, the love comes off like shade. Like, I personally feel like this isn't how you think white people think of me. This is what you think of me, and you're just applying it to them. And yeah. I had a baby out of wedlock at 19. Like, I can't do anything about that, but I'm also not living in shame. Like, it's 2018. There are tons of, like, successful single mothers just as there are several ain't shit single moms, just as there are several absentee mothers that are married with other children. They just mentally check out. And I'm not mentally checked out for my daughter. I'm not vlogging at nobody's TANF office. I'm not begging you for donations. I'm not asking you to send my daughter clothes. I'm not fishing for anything. I'm out here getting mine by myself. And I figured that the best thing that I could do for myself was to get away from the place that wasn't allowing me to personally grow, go somewhere where I could just focus on being a mother and hopefully focus on also being an entrepreneur and get that stuff together. Because I'm not worried about some of the social fuck shit that comes with coexisting with other black people, i.e. keeping up outfits, keeping up appointments, you know, flexing and fronting and all that. I don't have to do none of that. And I save a lot of time as a result. So now I have more time to do videos, work on fancycatswag.com, all of these little hope streams and hobbies that I had that I thought that, yeah, I'll never have the opportunity to do it because of what, I don't know. This move opened me up to the idea that Dana is more than the labels that are put on her. She just has to put herself in position to get things going. And like I said, I work at a snail's pace because I'm a worrier. So I apologize if like my progress in this move has not been meteoric. But like I said, if you knew where I came from, what I've been through, you wouldn't even say none of this shit because you know that I'm stronger than like this comment. Like this is the sort of comment that you leave for somebody, and I hate to say it, that like grew up in the suburbs, never experienced life, never had any hurt in their life, like never had to get it and hustle. And like right now, if I get evicted, bro, I'm braiding hair, I'm doing what I gotta do, like whatever needs to be done. I'm digging ditches. I'll be in front of the Home Depot if I have to. Like I'm not too proud, and I think that might be, I don't know, like, and this is why it's like I needed to, you know, make this video, like say this stuff, because it's like you write this underneath something and people think you're just going in, but I need for you to understand that it's like I got this shit. Like these motherfuckers don't scare me is what y'all don't understand. Like they're all barking no bite. Like oftentimes I find myself in work when people are rude to me, that the minute that you actually ask them why they're on that shit, they can't even explain it to you and they fucking recoil and chill. Like half of the shit that you're talking about, it's not that at all. Like these sorts of things, like, yeah, like ain't no safe place in America for a black person, but don't sit up here and pretend like I didn't do the best thing for myself at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up so you can watch it, and until tomorrow, peace, positive people.